Welcome back to this Let's Play of the original official campaign for Neverwinter Nights 2. This is our 51st episode, and we are just now getting towards the end of Chapter 1. There's really sort of one mission left for Chapter 1, and, well, we're already level 11. I gained my own level off screen. I'll gain the levels for all of my party members. I'm going to actually go back to Neverwinter and do that. Even though we're supposedly like hot on their tail or something, it doesn't actually matter if you kill time. So, off to the world map. And it's sort of awkward, but this little boy interrupts us. And, you know, he says that essentially this place is going to be destroyed, and we say, well, I'm not going to do it. And he wants some sort of trinket. And apparently he wants Bishop's knife. And, you know, you can essentially promise Bishop some reward in the future and not actually give it to him because, well, I mean, he's evil, you can be evil to him. And give him the knife. You can lose influence with Bishop there. If you actually wanted to specifically lose influence with Bishop, you could. There are a couple conversations where it compares influence with Bishop versus influence with Cassavir, but generally if you're playing a good character, you're going to have influence with Cassavir. I'm trying to kind of play both sides here, but I'm going to go back to Neverwinter and deal with my party and gain all the levels. Last time we had a little ambush in Ember, and we know where Chandra is, but I've actually gone back to the Docks District. Once you complete the Githyanki base, as it's called, you complete Chapter 1, and you're kind of stuck in things for a while. So I want to go back through and level up all my characters and, you know, essentially get all the spells I can for my little challenge, because I'm not going to get as many opportunities as I'd like. For Grobnar, I'm just going to have him work on his crafting skills a little bit. And pick up Shadow Conjuration. Shadow Conjuration is an interesting spell. It is sort of the quasi-sorcerer. It's a 4th level spell that can be used to cast a couple of lower level spells. It's got its uses. It's not what I would call super, but it's not bad. Expeditious Retreat is another spell that I really want to get Scribe Scroll for because it makes you run faster. And that's all it does. But it's just convenient, sort of like getting around. Bishop is just going to gain his level here. And I'm actually going to ignore all the skills he has currently and just have him raise his heal skill. I don't really intend to use Bishop very much. Bows in this game just aren't very effective. In Storm of Zahir they work, but the other campaigns, not really. I'll give Kelgar a little more taunt. You have to leave Bishop in your party for this sequence, so I can only do these other people 2 at a time.
Yes.
Cassavir just doesn't have very much that he has that he can use really for skills.
Yeah.
Nishka's level this time will actually have something interesting. The skills are just skills. Rogues get a set of special feats, some of which are useful, some of which are kind of marginal. Improved Evasion is just going to make her better at avoiding problems when I'm not very discreet with where I place my fireballs. Quara, yeah, you know, Concentration, Spellcraft, Tumble, straightforward enough. And for her spells, unfortunately, I'm pretty much stuck with trying to get things for my little challenge. Evard's Black Tentacles is kind of a spammy spell, but it's actually not as bad as I once thought. Level 3 Displacement. And some of these spells I'm just picking solely because I don't know them yet on my main character, not because they are of any use whatsoever. This is the group I'm bringing along. Mostly just bringing them along because they have conversation, not because they're actually the best. This is actually not, in some ways, the best party to bring. But the Githyanki have a little trap wall here, which Nishka, of course, will stand in intelligently.
Of course, I can do that.
I was amused, actually, that there's a little bit of a mistake with Invisible Doppelganger. Glass Doppelganger. I guess they forgot to code a scroll for it, because it says that you can't make a scroll of it, which is, you know, amusing and annoying in equal parts. And we have, while everybody else is fighting, and have Bishop clean up the stuff that dropped. Seems like a suitably evil thing to do. Now, we have a couple new spells here. Evard's Black Tentacles is kind of amusing. It is a friendly fire problem, but it's not a real big area of effect, so it's less of a friendly fire problem. The main problem with Evard's Black Tentacles is not the friendly fire, it's loud. Come on, so what Evard's Black Tentacles does is it stuns characters and does damage. And I mean, if it weren't so loud, it would actually be a fairly good spell. You know, it's a lockdown and a kill. But it's loud. So I'm gonna wait until it wears off anyway. This Guyvin of the Road guy we found at the Orc Lair was sitting in the middle of that group of Githyanki. What does he have to say for himself? And apparently they actually captured him, so you can ask him about the Illifarn Ruins, which are where the base is. And if you're polite to him, he'll keep showing up. And he eventually shows up at your stronghold later and does some useless things for you, but not anything real important. While we're on the topic of not anything real important, there's a couple more spells I've picked up, one of which, Displacement, is actually fairly useful. The only problem with Displacement is it's fairly short duration, but it gives you 50% concealment, which means half the attacks that people can throw at you will miss, which is nice, obviously. Now, compare that to Shroud of Flame, which is a level 5 spell, which does 2d6 damage sometimes, and might do 1d4 damage to a couple things. I don't know what they were thinking when they wrote that spell, but it's just not worth it as a level 5. Balargan's Iron Horn is another spell that, well, it's a level 1 bard spell, and that it's cross-listed is kind of not that important for most people, but, you know, I gotta cast it because I gotta cast everything. Essentially what it does is it knocks people down. Gust of Wind also has that in the same knockdown effect. If you're going to use it to things to knock people down, Gust of Wind's probably a better choice. Gust of Wind can also be used to disperse cloud spells. Neither one of those spells is something I would intentionally use, but, you know, hey. Got another group up here, and let's have some fun by going after them as a Mind Flayer. The Polymorph self-spell is kind of amusing. Now, the question is, as a Mind Flayer, do I actually have a way of using Mind Flayer attacks? I think you just have to put up with, you know, tentacling people. There's gotta be some way to take advantage of my Mind Flayerness. Let's look at my feats here. No, it doesn't actually give you anything. The only real use I've ever found for the Polymorph self spell is that it you can polymorph into a troll, and if you choose so, you'll regenerate. So it's kind of a healing spell. Kind of. Yeah, kind of not. You can't use any other spells or equipment or anything like that while polymorphed. Okay, good. I don't actually have to deal with it that way. And here's the entrance to the cave.
Guards, wolves, ambushes, now a dark cave filled with Gith. Why are we wasting time over this farm girl again? Fine, I was just saying... This seems like an awful lot of effort over some peasant girl. I mean, that is all she is to you, right?
Yeah, this is again the Nishka romance rearing its ugly head. Too bad you can't really complete it.
Well then, that's that. Let's go in and get this over with, if they haven't already settled it for us.
Zieri has foretold your coming, Kalakcha. She has sent me to end you. I enjoy knowing my prey, Kalakcha. I find it sweetens the taste of their death. Zieri allows me this luxury. Slay the Kalakcha for Zieri! Zieri! There is a problem. Handle it. I am not finished here.
There is a problem? Yeah, there's a problem. You're all about to die. But, you know, hey, I'll have everybody kind of open up at a distance.
Ogre lover.
Throw confusion in there. And I just have to have Nishka go back for a second. So I guess she could charge right in the middle of the fireball. That's no problem.
I'll take care of this.
Alright. That wasn't much of a welcoming party, but at least there is a problem was funny. Yeah. Anyway, next time we'll actually explore this place, because we're kind of running out of time for now. See you then.